I don't know which, I forgot the chapter.
Chapter
Chapter
31.
31 verses 35 and 36. Text 36. न तस्य भवेन्मोहो बन्धश्चान्य प्रसङ्गता योषित संगा यथो यथा पुंसो यथा तत्संगी संगता. Translation: the infatuation and bondage which accrue to a man from attachment to any other object is not as complete as that resulting from attachment to a woman, or to the fellowship of men who are fond of women. Purport by His Divine Grace, Abhayacharana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Attachment to women is so contaminating that one becomes attached to the condition of material life, not only by the association of women, but by the contaminated association of persons who are too attached to them. There are many reasons for a conditional life in the material world, but the topmost of all such causes is the association of women, as will be confirmed in the following stanzas. In Kali Yuga, association with women is very strong. In every step of life, there is association with women. If a person goes to purchase something, the advertisements are full of pictures of women. The physiological attraction for women is very great, and therefore, people are very slack in spiritual understanding. The Vedic civilization, being based on spiritual understanding, arranges association with women very cautiously. Out of the four social divisions, the members of the first order, namely Brahmacharya, the third order Vanaprasth, and the fourth order Sannyas, are strictly prohibited from female association. Only in one order, the householder is there license to mix with women under restricted conditions. In other words, attraction for women's association is the cause of the material conditional life, and anyone interested in being freed from this conditional life must detach himself from the association of women. Text 36. Prajapati swam dhutitaram drishtva tadrupadharshita rohit bhutan sonvadhavad vriksharupi hatatripa. Translation: at the sight of his own daughter, Brahma was bewildered by her charms and shamelessly ran up to her in the form of a stag when she took the form of a hind. Purport: Lord Brahma is being captivated by the charms of his daughter, and Lord Shiva is being captivated by the Mohini form of the Lord, are specific instances which instruct us that even great demigods like Brahma and Shiva, what to speak of the ordinary conditioned soul, are captivated by the beauty of women. Therefore, everyone is advised that one should not freely mix with one's daughter, mother, or sister because the senses are so strong. And that when one becomes infatuated, the senses do not consider the relationship of daughter, mother, or sister. It is best, therefore, to practice controlling the senses by performing bhakti yoga, engaging in service of Madana Mohana. Lord Krishna's name is Madan Mohan, for he can subdue the god Cupid or lust. Only by engaging in the service of Madan Mohan can one curb the dictates of Madana, Cupid. Otherwise, attempts to control the senses will fail. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं. वञ्चाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. So, thank you all for joining. And today's verses are so. If I read them from a materialistic point of view, rather as a person from the outside realm of bhakti, it is going to be very demeaning. Yes, it is like, oh, yes, women are at fault, and men should be careful, and the way we can view all of this can be really, how should I say, in today's world of where things are topsy turvy, it can be taken in any way. Yes. So we have to be really careful when we read Prabhupada's purpose. We need to understand where Prabhupada is, what is he emphasizing on? Yes. What is his position and why is he mentioning that? So, understanding Prabhupada's position, we know that he doesn't care about the bodily platform. Yes, he is coming from Golok Vrindavan, and there is no purpose of him to demean anybody or to demean, a particular sect or a caste, a creed, or a race. There is no reason for a pure soul to do that. Why? Pandita Samadarshina. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions that a person who is elevated, he sees Krishna in every living being and everywhere. Yes, even in the material world, in wherever we go, Krishna is everywhere because there is nothing other than Krishna. So the distinguishing factor over here, which Prabhupada is mentioning, that one has to be careful of one's own desires, of one's own motivation, of one's own intention. Yes, we should not validate, because that's why Prabhupada was very strong, and even in his purpose is very strict, that we should not think that we are above the laws of nature. We are susceptible to Maya, and that's why we should be careful, whether it is a man or a woman. Yes, but if we see in a householder life, if a man and woman are married, mostly we are seeing that, in one of uh, the lectures or in one of the statements I have read, the man is the head of the house, and the wife is the neck of the house. So if a man is the head, but the neck is the one which controls the head, where to look and where not to look, what to do and what not to do. So it is mentioned that yes, Shastra mentions that men are intelligent than women, but that does not mean that they are not stupid enough. One of the lectures Maharaj was mentioning that one Mataji had asked this question. Maharaj, my husband always tells me that women are less intelligent, so you should listen to me. You should do whatever I tell you to do. You should not question. And if there is an argument, he always ends with the thing. Yes, see, Prabhupada mentions over here that women are less intelligent and men are more intelligent. So it is expected from you to behave like this, you know. And then she went on for 5 minutes with this whole question. And Maharaj was listening to it, and Maharaj mentioned in answering the class, is like, how intelligent it is. If that man is claiming that he's intelligent, how intelligent it is for a person to marry an unintelligent person, if we take that argument. And then the whole class was like, reverberating with applause, and Maharaj was like, what happened? I said the obvious thing, right? But everybody was so amazed with that answer. And yes, Maharaj was mentioning, yes, it is mentioned, but in what way? In what context are we taking it? In why is it being mentioned by the Shastra? If Krishna is is maintaining even an ant, if Krishna is even maintaining an elephant, yes, or even Brahma, or even a glowworm, you know, then why would he distinguish like that? Because the purpose is different. Yes, it's totally different. So we need to know the context. We need to know what things are going on before and after. Because in today, even in our society, we can take, verses from here and there, quotes from here and then try to validate our point, because we have the intention for sense gratification. We have the intention to lord it over on material nature. Yes. So we need to be careful. This whole purpose of the whole purport and all, one of the purposes of the purport is to check our intentions, to check how we should be, careful with material world, because there can be downfall at any moment. And that's why immediately the next verse is about how Brahma chased his own daughter. And that's why everybody should be careful. It's not only men or it's not only women. Everybody, even children, should be careful. Like we know our society, as in our community, is CPA, CPO certified and everything. Yes, there's so many issues going on in the whole world, and we are trying to cope one after the other. If this issue goes down, then there's another one which pops up. But the whole point is that everybody should be protected, whether it is men or women, and or even if it's children. Yes. So we need to take it in a proper context. It's not trying to demean anyone. Yes, because Prabhupada is coming from a platform of the soul, and he doesn't see any distinguishing elements between men and women. And also, he gave Gayatri for Brahmin initiates for women also. Yes, there's so many things which Prabhupada did which are unbelievable. And that's why the next verse, coming to the next verse, when we see Brahma chasing after his own daughter, and we take that story very means it's like one of the things. Yeah, okay, Brahma did this. Okay, fine, whatever. It doesn't matter to me, and we move on. But over here, I remember Nikit Prabhu was once mentioning, and I really appreciated his answer. You know that Lord Brahma himself, yes, Lord Brahma himself has committed such a grave mistake, such a grave offense, if you said, trying to enjoy his own daughter. It is not a common thing. Srimad Bhagavatam is highlighting extremities. Yes. And how it would feel to be in Bhagavatam and in history to be mentioned like that. That's another thing that today even a person, a low class, rat bag like me, can even talk about Brahma, Lord Brahma, who's the head of our sampradaya. You know, we are Brahma Madhva Gaudiya sampradaya, right? That he performed something like this. How embarrassing it is for the whole world. But if you see Bhagavatam, that once I was mentioning this, maybe you all might remember. But if you see Krishna, yes, even with the demons of Vrindavan, we used to come every single day. Every afternoon, there is one demon. What did Krishna do? He killed all of them. There was no, okay, I give you another chance. No, he left, right, center, killed every single demon which came to Vrindavan. Arishtasur, Bhaumasur, Trinavarta, Putana. But on one hand, when the Govardhan Leela was happening, see, each and every demon came to kill Krishna. They didn't come to kill any of the cowherd men or the cowherd boys. At least that is not what their intention was. But if you see in Govardhan Leela, Indra's intention was not to kill Krishna. Yes, it was there, but it was that he wanted to wipe out whole of Vrindavan. And what does wiping out whole of Vrindavan mean? It means that Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, Radharani, all the gopis, gopas are going to be killed in the process. That is what he wanted to do. Yes. But did Krishna kill Indra? No, he didn't kill Indra. Even though Indra acted in such a grave way, but because he is a devotee, yes, Krishna was angry at him. Because of Surbi, the Lord was pacified. And then he's like, okay, you made a mistake, don't do it again. And what did he do? Usually in this world, when we make mistakes, we have heavy punishments, yes? Heavy punishments. Like if there are sex offenders, this offender, that offender, it's eternal damnation for that person. That person cannot work anywhere. He's always suffering. He's always a homeless person, practically homeless, because nobody's going to take that risk, and which is correct also. We are not saying that we should we should allow people to just start coming into our community. But if you see Krishna's compassionate nature, if we see even Lord Brahma, Krishna or Vishnu could have just, removed him from that position. Yes. He could have removed him from that position and he's like, hey, Now you are a rat bag. You should go down and you should suffer for eternity. And that is what, as victims, we also feel, that the perpetrator should be dealt like that. Yes. But if we see the Lord and the Shastra, and even the compassionate souls like even Jesus Christ, so many people, so many grave mistakes. Even the Bible is full of mistakes. But how are they dealing with it? How is our Shastra dealing with it? And how is Krishna dealing with it? Yes, we will be wronged. Yes, people are going to behave the way they are going to behave. Maybe they are not mature enough. But we really need to look that if we really want to progress in bhakti, we have to look at that angle. We have to look at that angle of being compassionate. In the name of compassion, that does not mean that we get exploited willingly by somebody. But over here, Brahma doing such a grave mistake, he's still the head of a sampradaya. And this lesson was given by Nikit Prabhu, and I had no clue that was I, because usually when I was discussing with him, with the whole Bhagavatam group, and I had asked him a very tough question, and I had no clue that he would give me this answer. And I felt so relieved that the people who are growing up in our community also, they have such high, even though we might not be able to practice it, that's fine, but at least philosophically, at least shastrically, it's good. We are going in a good way, in a good direction. So the whole purport of this pastime of Brahma is to be taken very seriously. That yes, somebody might make a grave mistake, but we have to deal with that person Krishna consciously. Yes. It's not like, oh, okay, everything is water under a bridge and then everything is good. No. A person who makes a mistake, like Lord Brahma, Prabhupada mentions in that purport, that we have to do bhakti yoga. Yes. There is only one rectification and atonement in this world. In Canto 6, if we look at Parikshit Maharaj, he asks Sukdev Goswami that I see that many people, even though they bathe in the Ganga, they have done atonement for so long, they still go and do the same mistake. Why is that? And Sukdev Goswami replies that there is no atonement. There is no such thing as prayashchitta, which can actually rectify the consciousness of that person. Yes. If the consciousness is clear, then that person will not fall in any of the traps, because this is all Maya. You know, that person is becoming overcome with lust. Why? Because there is lack of love of Krishna. Yes. He's not able to overcome his anger. There is a lack of Krishna consciousness. And if we really have compassion, and if we really have devotee care and concern, this word devotee care is really, when we face it ourselves, it's really difficult to apply. But that is the time when we see that, oh, see, I'm not that elevated as a person I thought I was, because if I really cared for somebody, if I really had concern for somebody, yes, I wouldn't deal, even if that person makes a very grave mistake. There are ways to deal with it Krishna consciously, and not in a regular modern way of, rebuking somebody and becoming totally, abandoning that person from the community. Yes. So we have to be careful how we view all these examples, and we have to take reference from our gurus, our seniors, and see what they feel that we should be doing in that situation. Yes, the first thing which comes in our mind when somebody does wrong to us, because I went through it recently, it is like I want vengeance, I want revenge. I want that person to suffer the way I am suffering right now. Yes, that is the first thing we get in our minds, and which is valid. Because it's human to feel all of that. We shouldn't invalidate our emotions or invalidate our situation, but at the same time, we should try to be Krishna conscious and look in such a way that what would Krishna want me to do? And if I want to progress in bhakti, this is an opportunity for me to do what Krishna would be happy with, and what my Guru Maharaj would be happy with. And ultimately, that is the crux of the whole process, that our success depends on satisfying Guru and Krishna, how much they are going to be happy with us. It's not whether I am going to be happy, it's about what they want from me to do, want me to do. Yes, it is a very tough thing. I'm not saying that I am able to do it. No, I'm no. I tried to do it. It doesn't work that way. Very hard. But at least we should know in our back of our mind that yes, ideally I should be doing this. But at this moment I'm not there. But Krishna, please help me to go through it in a nice way. Please help me to be more forgiving. Help me to be more compassionate, because that is what you would want me to do, and that is what